Hello, and welcome to our top 5 of the 2002 to 2003 version of the Twilight Zone. And these are in no particular order, I just sort of wanted to mention my top 5 picks. And at number 5, we find The Cradle of Darkness. Because it's something that people talk about when they talk about time travel. They talk about, of course, I'd go back and kill Hitler. But we don't actually get to see that played out in a lot of ways. There's a hint of it in Deadpool 2, of course. But here we get to see how it would be and why it wouldn't kind of work. That's why it makes it onto this list. Next on the list is Azoth the Avenger is a Friend of Mine. Partly because it's sword and sorcery, it's something akin to what Robert Howard, the author of Conan the Barbarian, would have written, but also because Patrick Warburton does a fantastic job as the understated hero, and he really steals this piece, and that's why it makes it onto this list at number 4. At number 3, we have It's Still a Good Life, partly because of Bill Mumy and his daughter, but also because I don't think there's anything that has waited 41 years for a sequel as worthy as this one. It is a great episode. It is a fitting legacy to the original, and I just adored this episode so much. So definitely makes it to number 3. Next up is The Placebo Effect, partly because of Jeffrey Combs, but also because it is such a fascinating idea to hypochondriac conjure an interstellar disease from a book and then to have it cure with an imaginary cure that wrecks the world. It's just very Twilight Zone, and I enjoyed this episode immensely, so it gets in at number 2. Before we get to number 1, I want to do some honorable mentions. So One-Eyed Mercy because Jason Alexander, and Gabe Story because Christopher Titus, but also Dream Lover because not so much the casting, even though it's great, but because the idea of a fictional character thinking that it's human is quite kind of appealing. It's the solipsist in me, I guess. So these make for honorable mentions. And at number 1, Sunrise. I think this could have been a better end to the season and to the series. But it is a fascinating episode. I do adore it. And it captures so many things about the Twilight Zone that just makes it a great episode. Great casting, and it's just a lovely episode overall. And I look forward to seeing you again in a few years for our 2018, 19, 20 thing going on. Take care now.